So it is about 6 AM and I am making this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Like I just said, it is about 6 AM in the morning when I'm making this video. I just thought I'll start off early so that I can get it edited, and by the time my dad eventually goes to bed, or even sometime today actually, while I'm filming this, it's a Saturday, but later on and by next day you'll be watching this on a Sunday. I hope I can get it edited and technically posted before my dad gets up and starts watching whatever he wants on TV, so the upload doesn't interfere with anything. So yeah, let's get started on this video. Now, hopefully YouTube doesn't squeak this time, because with my last story time video almost getting knocked out by a garbage truck, apparently that was not suitable for certain viewers. It's not like I got crumbled into a garbage truck, I just almost got knocked out by one. So please YouTube, don't have an aneurysm over me almost being set on fire. Now obviously, with all due respect for those who have been inflamed, literally inflamed victims, I obviously mean no offence, so I don't mean to trigger anyone. If this video is going to be triggering for you, then obviously don't click on it. If you're okay with watching such a video of such content, of such message, whatever, then please stay tuned. So this took place back in my high school days. Once again, pretty much 80% of these stories I'm ever going to be telling you are from my high school days. Hello. This time of the morning. At least it's not 3 AM. Oh god, how far off is that? It's not really. That was obviously my mother, she could hear me talking. I didn't realise I was that loud, I was trying to be quiet. So from about grade or year 10 up until my final year, which was year 12, pretty much 80% of any stories I'm about to tell you took place around that time. Anyway, so for this particular time, I was definitely in grade 11. Same amount of people are involved. I obviously will not be mentioning them by full name, but just basically first letters. This particular girl, Jay, from the same chick from my last story, while we were all waiting at the train station for our bus to come and fetch us to go to school, that was something we look forward to, of course, but whilst we were all waiting for the train, the bus I meant, some of us were sitting, pretty much scattered, but we were all still close enough so that we could also make conversation with each other. Whilst I was still walking down the ramp, because I must have arrived a little bit late, she had a can of, I'm pretty sure, the most popular hairspray to have back in the day. This is not a very good leaning post, but whatever. Pretty sure the most popular body spray back then was by the brand Impulse. I have no idea if they still sell it or not, but I will put a picture up so you can get an idea of what Impulse looked like. They basically are like the cheaper flavoured versions of Rexona or Lynx or whatever. And the Lynx was quite a popular body spray. She had a can of that plus a lighter because she was smoking a lot, influenced by the family. So she must have got this stupid ass idea by her brothers, most likely, because she had an older brother and younger brother, whose name I also will not mention at all, not even first letters, so obviously disclosing her family. They must have been literally playing around with fire, so no one was overly hurt or hurt at all, so she figured it must be an alright idea to do this to people. So by the time I got to the ramp, I mean the station has since upgraded like crazy, not that I have been there in a hot minute, but as I was walking down the ramp, she was hairspraying or body spraying, either way. I think she had a bit of both, hairspray and or body spraying people's hand, and then just using a cigarette lighter to ignite the hand really. I'm guessing that the body spray or hairspray must have been a bit of a barrier for the skin, because even though people were getting ooh, oh my god over their hands being ignited, they were not in any pain, and by the time they put the fire out, by shaking their hand vigorously or wiping on their clothes, the hands seemed fine. There was no irritation, no nothing. So I did not participate in this, at least not part of the morning hour. So by the time we got to school about lunchtime, it was just after the bell had rung, which is usually about 1:30. So from about 12 to 1:30 we get an hour and a half, an hour and 30 minutes of a lunch break, because it just goes for a little bit longer, hence the extra 30 minutes. It was reaching around almost 2 PM, maybe even 1:55 or something like that, and she decided to do the same thing again. Also this new kid with us. This particular day was his first day, and what a great first impression of the school he got. To this day I still feel a bit bad for him. This girl wanted to, I promise you, she's not psychotic, she's not a pyromaniac, she's not easily influenced or anything like that. It's just, she it seemed pretty harmless to her that my highest guessing is that her brothers were doing this and they seemed fine, so I figured that she could do the same thing to anyone else and they would be fine as well, which no one was hurt, which is a good thing of course, but still it was a very, very dumb act to do. Anyway, so come by a second lunchtime, she was hairspraying a couple of people's hands and introducing it to this other girl who is A. I don't mean pluralize A, I just mean that's the beginning of her actual name. She had a 3-letter name. So she was introducing it to this other girl, A. Then as they were just going around, they were, you know, having fun, setting people's hands on fire, and they got around to this new kid who they decided to hairspray the seam of his pants, like the front of it, not directly to his crotch, but just, you know, the surface of his pants. Hairspray or body spray, whatever the case was, and then set that on fire. The flame only lasted for like 2 seconds because he quickly got it out. He was having fun, you know, hanging out with us, but there's always a point in time where it seems awesome at the time to participate in this particular fun because no one else is being hurt and you figure that you're not going to get hurt either. Have a try with it, and you know, obviously when you take a step further you potentially realise that you've taken things too far, so this kid quickly got it out of his pants. And then I was too busy eating Cheezels, I think that was what I was eating. I definitely was eating a packet of cheesy chips, maybe even a bag of popcorn. This was happening years ago. I'm 25 now, so I'm just barely remembering scraps of these things. So that's why I'm back and forth on these stories all over the place or what have you. So by the time I was too busy munching on my food, by the time I was done I obviously put my rubbish in the bin. Then I came back and then Jay said, I had to cut that part out obviously. And then Jay said to me, alright, do you want to have turn just to see if you're game enough or not? I said, yeah, sure, clearly no one else is hurt. So I hairspray, body sprayed my hand and then set it on fire. So I set my hand on fire. It was definitely exhilarating. There was definitely no pain, which I'm obviously glad about. No pain. And I had on for like an extra, like 1 extra second out of 2 seconds, so 3 seconds. That's when I was quickly on with this, and then I just quickly wiped it on my hand, wiped my hand on my clothes. I thought, well, they were right, this wasn't hurting, but at the same time, yeah, I can see why it's so stupid. At this point, I was a complete idiot. I was the one that was so sucked in and, you know, drawn into it all. Anyway, so on the far side where we were standing, there was the mini sports stadium. It was like really small. We don't have American schools, obviously. It was the first, what do you want to call it? What the heck did we call it? The recreational centre, the recreational room. Basically a very, very miniature stadium. Anyway, so we were at the front of that, and from the far across from us on the opposite end was the main building of the school. As we stood, life itself, once again a frustrating moment when my camera switches off without notifying me or without my permission. So I don't remember or know where camera switched off, but basically what I was saying is we were out the front of a miniature sports stadium, and far across from us on the other side was the main school building. In that window was a teacher. She saw it all going down, but she also figured that she was daydreaming. When she took a second look, she realised she was not daydreaming, so we were then called to, I don't think it, yeah, straight away we were called to not the principal's office, but at this point the teacher who office we were called into was technically the counsellor. So we were called into her office, all of us that were involved, including the new kid, and they basically asked what the hell were we all doing. We all figured that, you know, we're all in trouble. Especially the two girls, J and A, or J. So we're all having to admit that yes, we were playing with fire. Yes, we were allowing these girls to set our hands on fire. I also got in trouble for having music in my ear because at this point I had enough balls to listen to music out in public, so I completely forgot that my headphones in my ear, but at the same time I can faintly hear music and I just figured it was like a radio playing somewhere. So I was told to switch my music off and pay proper attention, and like I didn't even know I had my music in my ear, so thank you teacher for notifying me of that actually. Switched my music off, and they asked me what earth was I thinking of letting these girls do this, and I said to them, as far as I can remember, I said to them that it didn't look like it hurt at all, and it didn't hurt. I was just curious myself, and I know that from the get-go, from before, during, after, that it was it was a heavy mistake. Clearly anything could have gone wrong. Nothing did go wrong, but anything could have gone wrong. Fire does not cooperate until it's put out, obviously. Fire does not cooperate with a single soul. It doesn't take prisoners, not even tiny little fires. Pretty sure that these 2 girls got suspended for 2 days straight, and the rest of us were just being simply involved. We got suspended for a day. Now if I had just said no and just, you know, finished my food and said no, I don't want to be involved in having my hand ignited, and they'll probably would have looked at me like chicken shit, but you know, at least I'm being concerned for my safety. If I had just left it at that, then I would have been able to come back to school the next day, but just been told to, you know, think better and think smarter. But because I allowed myself to be involved with this idiocy, I got suspended too, which, between fair enough and what the hell, my hand was victimized. This new kid, obviously he decided to move on from that school straight away, and I don't blame him. Yeah, that was the time that I got set on fire. I think I also told my mum about this, because whenever some things that I obviously kept for myself that didn't seem relevant enough, but other things I included my mum in on, ended up at the school to ring her. So yeah, those girls weren't necessarily poor influences, because even they were influenced. Jay by her family, and A by Jay's thought process back then. So everyone was influenced by other people. This wasn't just directly from this girl. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm obviously right, my hand is obviously alright. Several years later, and I'm still here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, in a matter of speaking, and I shall see you all for my future videos.